Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls. Today we are going to discuss the worksheet which I sent you on Friday. Very few students have sent me the solution of this worksheet. Now it's your job to solve this worksheet at your own and then send it to me. Don't wait for me to solve it again. So if you want to learn something, then try it at home and send me the answers. Now I'm sharing the worksheet on the screen with you. You can see the worksheet. The first question says, a rocket of total mass m is traveling at a speed v. The engine of the rocket is fired and the fuel used up. The mass of the rocket decreases by m over 2 half and the speed increase by 2v. The speed becomes double. What happens to the kinetic energy? In this case, what you have to do is to first calculate the kinetic energy with the first initial data. If we calculate kinetic energy with initial data, it will be half mv square. Now calculate the kinetic energy with the second available information. Instead of m, put m over 2. Instead of v, put 2v. So its answer will be double half mv square. So it means the kinetic energy has been doubled. Mass was halved, but the speed was doubled. So squaring the speed gives you 4 times v square. Gives you the 4 times v square. So on calculating, if you calculate the kinetic energy for the second set of data and compare the kinetic energy the first set of data, you will find that the kinetic energy has been doubled. So option is A. Question number 2, a builder lifts 8 slabs from the ground onto the back of the lorry 1.5 meter high. The total time taken is 48 seconds and each slab weighs 200 Newton. How much useful power does the builder produce? Power, as we know, it is a work done divided by time. Work done divided by time. And work done is equal to F into D. While when we are lifting something, then work done actually is equal to change in potential energy or mgh. Work done will be equal to mgh. So that's why I'm taking work done equal to 200 into 8. 200 is the weight, that is mg, and height is 1.5. So 200 into 8, 200 into 8 into 1.5. 8, because there are total of 8 slabs. That's why I'm multiplying with 8 as well. So 200 is for the weight, that is mg. 1.5 is the height, mgh. And because there are 8 slabs, so a total of 8 slabs I have to consider. So it gives you the total work done in lifting 8 slabs divided by time. Because power is work done divided by time, so I have divided work done in lifting the 8 slabs divided by 48 seconds. That gives me 50 watt. So option is A. Number 3 says a cyclist travels along a horizontal track at a constant speed. Constant speed means resultant force is 0. Means forward and backward forces has been cancelled. So keep on eye on such thing. Number 3, so the cyclist travels along a horizontal track at a constant speed. Because he's traveling at a constant speed, it means resultant force is 0. The work done the cyclist is equal to, so you know work done is force into the distance moved in the direction of force. Because there is no force, so the work done the cyclist will be actually the effort that is applying on it will be converted into heat. The change in kinetic energy change means mass change, velocity change. There is no change in velocity or mass, so it means there is no change in kinetic energy. Force of air resistance, work done cannot be equal to force. Work done cannot be equal to force. Work done can be equal to energy, because work done and energy both are calculated in joules. So work done can be equal to energy, but it cannot be equal to a force. So the first option was the change in kinetic energy. Because there is no change in speed, so there is no change in kinetic energy. Work done is equal to force, it cannot be equal to force. Work done is equal to force of friction, it cannot be equal to force. D, the thermal energy heat produced. So because why heat is producing? Because there is no change in speed or height. So it means all the work done is going into the heat. So option is D. Number 4 says 2 kg mass has 300 joules of kinetic energy. What is the speed of the mass? So simply use the formula kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Kinetic energy is placed by 300, 1 over 2 into mass is 200 is equal to v square. So if we take square root of 13, 300, that will be 17 point something. So option is C. So number 4, what we are doing, we have replaced, we are using formula Ke is equal to half mv square. Simply put the values and calculate, you will find V to be 17 point something, that is option C. Number 5 says which source releases carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas, when generating electricity? Fossil fuel means coal or oil. So when coal or oil burns, they produce smoke, carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. Geothermal does not produce any hydroelectric electricity found by the water stored in the reservoirs. Nuclear, all these doesn't produce any carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide or greenhouse gases are produced by the fossil fuel. That means fuel, petrol, diesel, oil or coal. So option is A. Number 6 says a crane lifts a load of 6,000 Newton through a vertical distance of 15 meters in 30 seconds. What is average useful power during this operation? Again, for power, we use work done divided by time. Work done divided by time. And for vertical, when we are lifting something vertically upward, work done will be equal to mgh. So mg is equal to weight, that is 6,000, and height is 15. So work done is 6,000 into 15 and divided by time. So our time should be in seconds, 30. So answer is 3,000 watt, option C. Number 7, a javelin has a mass of 0.80 kgs. A javelin is released with 250 joules of kinetic energy. What is the speed? So I'm using Ke is equal to half mv square. So kinetic energy is 250 is equal to half into mass into v square. So that will give you V is equal to 25. Simply use the formula kinetic energy is equal to half mv square, put the values in it and calculate the velocity. That would be 25 meter per second. So our option is C. Number 8 says a swimmer dives into a very deep pool at a high speed. He slows down as he moves towards the bottom of the pool. What is overall energy transformation as a diver moves downward through the water? Here it is mentioned through the water. We have to consider his motion through the water. A swimmer dives into a very deep pool at high speed. He slows down as he moves downward, moves towards the bottom of the pool. What is the overall energy transformation as a diver moves down through the water? We have to consider its motion through the water, not before entering the water. So when he enters the water, it possesses both kinetic and potential energy, because he is at a certain height from the bottom of the pool, and it has a high speed as well. So because of speed, motion, he has kinetic energy, and because of height from the bottom of the pool, he has potential energy. So he's possessing both kinetic and potential energy, and due to the resistance of the water, he slows down. So when it reaches the bottom, the height, potential energy is zero, and when he stops, potential energy in there is zero. Where these energies has gone, they have transferred into the form of heat in the molecules of water. Heat transferred into the molecules of water. So my option is C, that when he enters the water, he possesses kinetic plus potential energy, and which changes into thermal energy or heat due to the resistance of the water with his body. Number 9, a lorry of mass 1000 kg takes 500 kg of sand to the top of the hill, 50 meter high, unloads the sand and returns to the bottom of the hill. Gravitational field strength is 10 Newton per kg. What is the overall gain in potential energy? Remember, the lorry has a mass of 10,000 kg and he takes 5,000 kg of sand. On the top of the hill, he unloads the sand, but returns sand. After unloading the sand, the 10,000 come back to the ground. So overall gain in the potential energy, is gained by the sand only. The lorry, on reaching the top, gains potential energy, and on returning back to the ground, lorry again loses the potential energy. So there is no gain in the potential energy of the lorry, only the sand gains the potential energy. So therefore you have to calculate the gain in the potential energy of the sand only. So I'll take mgh 5000 into 10 into 50. So that would be my option would be C. Number 10, the diagram shows the energy transfer through a machine. Input energy, machine, useful output energy, and wasted energy. A machine is 50% efficient. If machine is 50% efficient, it means of input energy, it loses, it waste 50% and convert 50% into useful output energy. So 50% is wasted and 50% is useful output energy. So my option is D, that is wasted energy is equal to useful output energy. First option says input is equal to output. It's not correct, because output is half of input, because it is 50% efficiency. B says useful output energy is equal to input plus wasted. It cannot be. It will be a lot of energy. Wasted energy is equal to input plus output. No. So wasted energy is equal to output energy, because it is 50% efficient. So 50% is wasted and 50% change into useful energy. So option is D. Number 11 says diagram shows a girl lifting a box weight 50 Newton from a low shelf to a high shelf. So remember, high shelf is at a height of 1.5 meter, 1.8 meter. Okay, the height of the high shelf is 1.8 meter from the ground. Low shelf is 1.6 meter from the ground. So the lady, that girl has to lift through 1.8 minus 0.6, that is 1.2 meters. So she has to lift through a height of 1.2 meter. Work done on the box will be work done on the box will be equal to mgh, because it is lifted upward, and I have told you before, while you are lifting something, then work done is equal to potential energy, that is mgh. So mg will be raised by 50 and height is 1.2. So 50 into 1.2 gives you 60 joules. So my option is B. Two major components of a coal-fired power station are a turbine and a generator. What are the output forms of energy from the turbine and from generator? So turbine actually rotates due to the pressure of the steam. So turbine provides kinetic energy, and the generator's output is electricity. Its function is to produce electricity. So my option is D. The output of the turbine is kinetic energy, and output of the generator is electrical energy. Number 13 says, what is efficiency? So you know it is a ratio between output to input. Useful output energy to total input energy. So my option is C, useful energy output to total energy input. Number 14 says, the diagram represents a part of the power station: coal-fired boiler, turbine, and electricity generator. What is the order of the energy changes taking place? In coal-fired boiler, the coal has a chemical energy which changes into heat energy, and that heat is used to boil the water. The water then runs the turbine, that is kinetic energy, and the turbine then runs the generator, which produce electrical energy. So my option is A, chemical to heat, then kinetic, and then electrical. Number 15, a ball is held at rest on one side of the curved track. So starting point is shown to you, stopping point is shown to you. As you can see, the starting point is slightly higher than the stopping point. The ball is released, it rolls down one side of the track, and the part of the way up the other side, it then stops at this position before rolling back down. The height of the stopping point is less than that of the starting point. What is the sequence of energy changes? We know at starting point it has a certain height, so it possesses potential energy. Okay, at starting point it possesses potential energy. As it rolls down, the potential changes, it pick up speed, the potential changes into kinetic. Along with that, there is a friction of the surface. So it is losing some of its energy in the form of heat. So when it reaches the top, again it possesses potential energy. So my option is potential energy to kinetic plus heat. It was because in between there was motion and we are losing some energy in the form of heat. And finally, again, potential energy at this point, and it is also possesses heat as well. So my option is D. The potential at the start changes into kinetic energy plus heat, and finally potential energy and heat. Number 16 says a crane lifts a weight of 1000 Newton through a vertical height of 30 meter. It uses 60,000 joules of energy. What is the efficiency of the crane? 60,000 joules of energy is the input energy which it uses, and we have to see how much work it is doing as an output. So input energy is 60,000 joules. Output energy will be calculated as a work done in lifting the weight. So work done in lifting weight will be equal to mgh. When we are lifting something vertically upward, we take work done equal to mgh. So 1000 into 30 gives you 3000. 1000 into 30 gives 30,000. So output energy is 30,000, input energy is 60,000. So efficiency will be output divided by input. That will be 50%. So my option is C, that is 50%. So what I have done, I have taken 60,000 as input energy, and I have calculated the useful work done by the crane as the output energy. So then I compared output to input, that gives me 50. Number 17 says a small emergency generator supplies 432 million joules of electrical energy in 24 hours. What is the average power output of the generator? Remember, always you have to use the standard units for any physical quantity. So for power, we have energy divided by time formula. Energy should be in joules and time should be in seconds. So to calculate the power, I am using P is equal to E over T. I'm using P is equal to E over T. So power is calculated as E over T. Energy will 432 million divided by time. Now the time, there are 24 hours. So 24 multiplied by 60 gives you minutes, and multiplied by 60 gives you seconds. So time will be 24 into 60 into 60. So by dividing, we get 5,000 watt. So your average power is 5,000 watt. Option is A. Number 18, a parachutist has opened his parachute and is falling to the earth at a constant speed. Remember the word constant speed. Whenever the word constant speed comes, I always consider the force to be zero. Resultant force to be zero. Forces are there, but they are cancelling the effect of each other. What is the principal energy conversion taking place as he falls? As he falls, because speed is constant, the okay. What is the principal energy conversion taking place as he falls? Because he's falling, so potential energy is decreasing. It's changing into some other form of energy. But speed is constant, that's why kinetic energy is not changing. So first option says kinetic to potential not possible, kinetic to thermal not possible, potential to kinetic is not possible because potential is changing but not into kinetic energy. So final option is D, potential into thermal energy. Kinetic energy is not changing because the speed is constant. So the potential is changing into heat. Number 19 says an object is lifted. Which expression gives the increase in gravitational potential energy of the object? So potential energy is mgh. That is weight multiplied by the increase in the height. The option is D. Which method to produce electricity does not use AC generator? So in all cases, we are using AC generator except the solar panels. In solar panels, we are using solar cells to convert sunlight into electricity. So option is B. Number 21 says the diagram shows a small car of mass 500 kg approaching a hill. It moves up the hill with a constant speed. Gravitational field strength is given. Ignoring friction, how much work is done in moving car up the hill? Moving up the hill means when it reaches the top of the hill, how much work is done. So it is same case as lifting some object through height of 10 meter. So you just have to calculate the change in potential energy, that is mgh. So that gives you 500 into 10 into 10, that is 50,000 joules. Because force is not given. If force is given along the plane, then we can use F into D. Number 22 is very simple. The diagram shows a stationary fairground ride with 4 chairs of equal mass. Which chair has the most gravitational potential energy? We know gravitational potential energy depends on the height. Masses of all the chairs are same, but the heights is different. So A has the maximum height. So A has the most gravitational potential energy. Number 23 says, how does an oil-fired power station different from a nuclear power station? Oil-powered power station produces gases, which is different from the nuclear does not produces any gases. So option is A. So oil-fired is different from the nuclear. The gas emitted by the hot fuel are emitted. So option is A. Number 24, the work is done when a force of 400 Newton pulls a crate of weight 500 at a constant speed along. Part of the work done increase the gravitational potential energy. The work done on this box actually changes into potential energy, as some is wasted as the work done against friction as well. What are the values of E and M? E means potential energy. The potential energy is mgh. Potential energy is mgh. That is equal to 500 into 3, like 1500 joules. Total work done will be F into D, 400 into 5, 400 Newton into the length of the incline. That will be 2000 joules. So if you subtract 1500 from 2000, the answer is W. So the wasted energy is 500 and the energy converted into potential energy will be 1500. So our option is A. That's all for today from my side. So if you have any question, you can ask in the next session. Thank you very much.